Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the TGIF edition of Today in Sports Betting. This is MLB style. I am Scott Steen. He is Scott Reichel. And not only is it Friday today, guys, it is 9/11. I know there's a lot of things going on this year. It's been a very tumultuous year, a very, very tumultuous summer, but 9/11, we do take a moment to remember that fateful day 19 years ago when basically everything changed. And probably the craziest event in America that happened until this summer. So we never forget. We always honor those that pay the ultimate price that day, both civilians and first responders. So on that happy note, Scott, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Just to touch upon what you just said. As people know, I am from New York. I always have been. I still remember 9/11. I had a relative who was working in the World Trade Center. I had a friend's parent who was working in the World Trade Center. They both survived unharmed, but I know a lot of people lost a lot. I know a lot of good people passed away on that day. And, never forget. It's crazy to think in hindsight that it happened 19 years ago. But, it's always important to just remember some of the events in history, and 9/11 should never be forgotten.
No, I have to ask you, Scott, because I know, I have twins that were the same age as you are, and they started preschool that day. I still have their folders on Welcome to Preschool 9/11/2001. Do you remember that day?
I remember waking up that morning and I put on the news and I saw that there was a large building on fire. I remember I thought it was the Empire State Building because I was like 4.
Right.
There's a World Trade Center. But I remember that morning. At school itself, I remember that my mom dropped me off, and then the whole country basically went into panic mode. And then apparently parents were trying to get their kids out of preschool for a couple hours. I don't remember that, but I remember the morning.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and that would be right up in New York there. So you guys had a little different level of uncertainty that we did here in the
Yes, we were in Queens, so we weren't directly near the thing, but you could see, from what I heard from my mother, was that you could see the smoke when the actual buildings collapsed.
Wow. All right, there you go. So let's talk about a little happier time, Scott. Let's talk about a little baseball here today. We got a full card, man. We got a lot of sports going on, and we didn't touch yesterday, Scott. It was the first time in history that all 5 major leagues had been in play at the same time.
Which sounds impossible. What sounds amazing until you realize about 2 of those sports should have ended by now. So that probably won't happen again.
No, it won't happen again. And if you throw in college football, you have 6.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a matter of, it's a great story, but if you're looking for it to happen again, you're probably gonna need another pandemic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Hopefully
that doesn't happen. But there you go.
All right, man. We got a lot of baseball games to get through here, so let's grip it and rip it, as they say. Starting off with your Yankees, Scott, playing a little makeup game there from yesterday, as they go up against the Baltimore Orioles. Scott, it sounds weird to say it. This is a series that's going to go a long way to deciding who makes the playoffs in the East. The Yankees, with a bad series here, could play themselves out of contention.
Definitely true. They've been playing themselves out of contention for about 3 weeks. They are entering off a win, which I didn't think I'd see again anytime soon. But yes, they had the day off yesterday because of the rain out, and now you have 2 games coming up. I know that the Orioles switched the pitching matchups. It's supposed to be yesterday. It's supposed to be Aiken versus Cole. Now it's Cobb versus Cole, so they kind of switched it there. Total's been bet down from 7 to 6.5, which makes sense because it's only 7 innings and you have Garrett Cole on the mound, even though he has struggled lately. I know there's no team totals here, so Orioles plus 1.5. I don't know what that price is.
By the way, this game caps out at minus 238 for the Yankees, plus 214 for Baltimore.
I can't go team totals because they don't exist. So right, what's the run line for the Orioles?
For the Orioles, plus 1.5 is minus 111.
I'll take that. That's not bad.
That's not terrible at all. Giving them 7 guaranteed at bats.
Potential, and the Yankees might get 6. So because they might be leading, and they might not have to bat in the bottom of the 7th. So that's where I'd go.
Yeah, even he hasn't been great, Scott.
He's given up a lot of home runs, and that's killed him.
He gave up 5 runs last time. Of course, just 1 earned, but the 2 starts before that, he gave up 9 earned in over 10 innings. The Yankees have responded by losing the last 4 of his starts. I'm going to take a dog shot here on Alex Cobb and the Birds. Alex Cobb has been kind of inconsistent. He's had 5 good starts and 2 pretty bad starts.
Well, on the bright side, inconsistency. So is Garrett Cole.
Yeah. I don't. I think this number's out of whack.
This number's way too high. I think they're also assuming that Cole should probably pitch at least 6 or 7. So maybe the Yankees bullpen won't come in to get slaughtered again. Yeah, we're both leaning the same direction. I can't take the Yankees at this price. There's no team totals. I can't take that either. So for that reason, I know you want the long shot there. I'll just go play it safe, plus 1.5.
Yeah, success in baseball betting is often decided by which long shots you take. So yeah. I'm looking for value here. I'm going to take the Birds. I think the Orioles win more than 1 out of 3 of these, and
that's fair.
That's all you got to do. I'll take the plus 208 with the Orioles. Another game 1 of a doubleheader here. Another game for position there in the NL East as the Phillies and Marlins get together there in Miami. Phillies minus 156, Marlins plus 144. 6 is your total there. That's crazy to think that it's lower than the Yankees total.
But Yankee Stadium in Marlins Park definitely play a factor in that.
Definitely true. Scott, do you have a picture for?
I see Nola versus Rogers, but I don't know how accurate that is.
All right, I've got Nola versus undecided. Let me check real quick. The MLB site, they usually got pretty good information as far as the starters go.
Regardless, I'm personally going to lean to Philly anyway. I think Nola's a very solid pitcher. Miami's staff, regardless of who they use, besides my boy Sixto, isn't exactly that great. And, I think the Phillies are the better starting pitcher, the better lineup, and I think they should take care of business. So I'll lean to the Phillies, even if Rogers is not pitching, who has been okay this season, but a little bit of a small sample size. I just am a fan of Nola. I think Nola's a good pitcher.
Fair enough, and he is. He's had a very nice season. Trevor Rogers is who MLB has. He's made 3 starts, 3.00 ERA.
He's been fun. I just think Nola is the better pitcher.
And we're not catching as much value here as I would like to tempt me into playing the Marlins. I'll go ahead and play the total. I'll play over 6, Scott. That's a low number. I think one of these teams breaks through for 4 or 5 runs, and I think that'll be enough to put us over the total.
Okay.
Braves and Nationals, Scott. Braves got I don't know. I don't know if you would call it bad news, as Tommy Malone, one of our favorite fades, ends up going on the injured list.
And they just traded for him. You hate to see it.
Do you call it good news or bad news when you lose Tommy Malone? I'm not sure. But I know they're about out of pitchers, so I certainly don't want to make light of anybody's injury. But Tommy Malone has not been good.
No, I was shocked they traded for him. I said that going into – as soon as Soroka got injured, I thought they were going to go after a Mike Minor, maybe a Jeff Samardzija. I threw those names out at you, and I said that they would get a pitcher. I didn't think Tommy Malone would be the answer to their would be the Band-Aid to fix the torn ACL in that situation. No. So that's what they did. They basically just had a torn ACL and said, all right, here's a nice Band-Aid and a lollipop. I'm just like, no, that's not going to help you in the situation. But okay, cool.
So today we've got 2 underperforming pitchers going against each other as Josh Tomlin squares off against Eric Fetty for the Nationals.
I'm going with the over.
10.5 is the number there. They see you coming, my friend.
It doesn't matter to me. They put up 13 yesterday. The last series they had between these two, they put up double digits pretty much every time. Braves have been hitting. Nationals lineup, I'd say, isn't great, but it's been performing pretty well lately. And both pitchers aren't very good. So for that reason, I think that this total is too low anyway. I think it'll probably finish 7-5, give or take. I'll take the over.
I'll take the value with the Nationals. I'm really not interested in getting involved at a juiced over in this. You're paying over 6 to 5. You're paying minus 121 at over 10.5 in Nationals Park.
I think both teams should get the 5, so that's why I'll take it.
All right, fair enough. Because you do get the bonus there of the 5-5 automatic victory. So yeah, I would lean over. I just don't want to get involved at 6-5, and I'll take the Nationals there.
I just have no interest in backing Tomlin and no interest in backing Fetty, so I'm
I
fine.
get, I believe me, I totally get that. I totally understand that one. Mets and Blue Jays, Scott. One team that's right in the thick of the race there. Another team trying to become relevant as the Mets are pretty much. It's pretty much crunch time, and they send one of their crunchiest to the mound today, Jacob deGrom. I don't know. Scott, is he the best pitcher in Major League Baseball right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anybody who's a close second.
No, you've got some guys with similar stats, but I don't think anybody go.
I'm just saying, if you had to pick, who's the second best pitcher in baseball, who'd you go with? Scherzer?
Right now, Kershaw, Bauer, both having great seasons.
I know Scherzer hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but still, I think Kershaw is definitely in the top 4 minimum.
Ryu, having a great season. He had a rough.
You're going by 1 year. I'm just talking about grand scheme of things.
Ryu had a fantastic year.
Oh no, correct. I'm just saying grand scheme of things. DeGrom's the best pitcher. Who do you think the second best pitcher? Ignore the stats from this year. Somebody asked who's the second best pitcher. Who are you going with? I'm going with Scherzer.
Yeah, you can make an argument for a healthy
Verlander.
Yeah, man.
I mean Verlander, yeah. Cold before the season, you can make the argument, but
right.
Either or, it's DeGrom and everybody else for me.
DeGrom has been fantastic for 3 years now.
Basically his entire career. If you really go all the way back, he turned into one of the best pitchers of all time. He's on pace to be at least like 3-4 years ago. Yeah. He's putting up Bob Gibson numbers. But yes, it's him and everybody else. That's how I view
it. Chase Anderson is up until his last start had pitched very well this season. He ended up getting dinged for 6 earned over 4 innings his last time out. But I just I have no interest in playing Toronto here. Their bullpen has just been atrocious. And lately, they've been acceptable, but they really haven't pitched well lately. It's hard to fade DeGrom. Are you?
It's actually a fun joke there. I will be taking the Blue Jays.
Really?
So you say it's difficult to fade DeGrom. DeGrom's actually been one of the most profitable pitchers to fade over the last couple of years because, as people know, DeGrom is the king of the no decision.
Yep.
So I'm just hoping that the Mets do what they normally do with DeGrom, which is score maybe 1 run. He gets pulled after 7 in a 1-1 game. You bring in Ediluz Diaz. He's actually been pretty decent this year. But you bring in that bullpen, and, let's see what happens. But I think DeGrom at -200, and based on the fact that he always gets no decisions, he never gets any run support, I think you're getting a decent deal in Toronto.
Okay, well, here's why that's wrong. Okay.
Wow. Okay. No discussion here. Just
you're paying. Well, I'm going to discuss it. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. You're paying -200 to back DeGrom, which means he's got to win 2 out of 3, right?
Something like that.
Okay. In his starts, the Mets are 5-2 this year.
That's okay this year.
So anytime you're catching DeGrom under -250, it's still a good price.
That's fair. I'm talking about in recent years. DeGrom is even this year. What's his record?
No. I'm talking about his record. His record's 2-1. He's had 4 no decisions, but the Mets have won 5 of his 7 starts, and that's.
But if the point is that this price is only based on DeGrom pitching, and you know that he gets no decisions all the time, then wouldn't you agree that you might indirectly be getting a good deal in Toronto if you're just looking bullpen versus bullpen?
Yeah, but the thing is you're going to have probably less involvement from the Mets pen than you are from the Toronto pen.
Oh no, I agree. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. I understand the point. I'm just stating here that with the Mets at -200, I can't play DeGrom because he gets no decisions all the time, and I'm not going to bother.
All right, fair enough. That's
Toronto's been good at home or in Buffalo, whatever you want to call it. They've been good over there. So
they have, and you can hit there. I would probably be,
I think the Mets should be around -180, -175. I think -200 makes sense because it's DeGrom, but I can't do it. He just doesn't get enough wins.
I don't have any interest in getting involved here on the side. -195. If I was going to lean, I'd probably lay the wood with the Mets, although that is a ton on a not a great team there. Oh, I might play Toronto. Well, even that's juice. I was going to say Toronto under 3.5 at -135. How about we go first 5 on this one? I'll go first 5 under 4.5. Small lean there.
Yeah, that makes sense too, because DeGrom's going to give up like 2 runs max.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on. The Red Sox and the Rays. Rays, again, massive favorite here, minus 222. Red Sox plus 201. 8.5 is your number there.
What's the Red Sox team total on that one?
The Red Sox team total, I'm going to guess it's, 3.5?
That'd be my guess. I was just wondering.
Our Red Sox team total, 3.5.
Yeah.
Juice to the under at minus 145.
That's a lot higher than I was hoping it would be. Okay, fair enough.
And this is Triggs going against Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays. Scott, Rays have lost 3 straight. Boston's won a couple in a row. Triggs, small sample size, but he's got a decent ERA. He does just over 3 innings. He just made 1 start there. This is going to be kind of a
Triggs?
A bullpenish type of game. What's that?
Triggs has an 0-1 record with a 6 ERA.
Well, as a
starter. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's Snell has been not quite as good as usual, Scott. In fact,
good.
Snell got shelled his last time out, giving it 4 earned over 5 innings. Any interest in getting involved here and taking a long shot at plus 201 with the Boston Red Sox?
I think based on current form, you kind of have to. The issue I have is that Snell pitched against the Red Sox once this year. He had 5 scoreless innings. So he's already performed well against Boston's offense, so I'm curious if we'll be able to keep it up. I'm really tempted by that over 3.5, just based on the price alone. What is it, like plus 120?
Plus 115. Yeah, I was kind of leaning that same way.
Yeah, 9 at-bats guaranteed. I mean, Snell could be off maybe 1 hanging curveball, 1 whatever, and Martinez and Devers or somebody takes it deep. So I guess I'd lean 3.5 over just because the road team 9 at-bats and the Rays haven't played well lately. Snell's stats don't exactly thrill me against the Red Sox because he's been dominant against them, but I'll go with the over 3.5 for the Red Sox because I just think that the plus value there is too high.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. Red Sox have averaged 4.7 runs per game, 4.2 on the road, 4.5 runs per game against left-handed starters. And their last the last week or last 7 games, they have averaged almost 6 runs, so 5.9 runs per game. I think there's value taking the plus money there on the Red Sox over 3.5. I'm with you. All right, Orioles and Yankees game numero doso. We got pitchers here.
I don't have a lineup for this one.
I've got Aiken and Masahiro Tanaka.
Yeah, I don't see a line. Do you have a line?
I do have a line. Yankees minus 188 plus 173 for Baltimore. 6.5 is the total there.
I'll go with the Yankees there. I'm not thrilled exactly with the price. I know Tanaka he's always been pretty good at Yankee Stadium. He just tends to be better at home than he is on the road. I know Tanaka did not pitch well against Baltimore in his last appearance, but I think the price is a little bit too low. I feel like the Yankees' struggles definitely have led to the market adjusting. However, I do think they have over-adjusted based on the pitching here. As just break it down, I think Tanaka's a much better pitcher than Aiken. So for that reason, I'll lean to the Yankees here. Tanaka still has a 3.38 ERA. He's 1-2, so his record might not be the greatest, but as a whole, he has been, I'd say, pretty serviceable, and he's been good in past years. I know this year at home he has not been great. In previous years, he was pretty good at home, as he had a 3.1 ERA last year at home in comparison to 5.4 this year. But for the pitching matchup alone, I think Tanaka's the better pitcher, and I'll lean to him at home.
I like this kid. I like this Aiken kid a lot. He's got a very, very small sample size, but I'll tell you what, if you watch him pitch, his games are great to watch because he gets the ball and he throws it. No jacking around. Really, really works.
He's a quick worker
and getting in a good rhythm, and it shows. He's made 2 starts. He's got 14 strikeouts, Scott, over 9 2/3 innings. I like this kid, and you and I have disagreed about Tanaka pretty much the whole season. I know you're a big Tanaka fan. I don't hate him, but I think he's a
I don't think he's a number 1. I think he's a good number 2, number 3 guy.
I think he's a bottom 3, top 4 kind of pitcher.
Yeah, so we think differently. But you look at his record, and then you think, all right, it's not that great. 3.38 ERA while pitching at Yankee Stadium, really not bad.
No, I agree. And his whip has been decent. He's got a 109 whip. I just think we're catching fair value here on the birds with Keegan Aiken. Give me the kid. I'll take the kid.
Okay, that's fair.
We got plus 188.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe just the Yankee homer aspect. They won 1 game. I'm thinking the worst days are over for the Yankees. I'm not saying they're going to go on a run or anything, but I think that they will perform decently over the next week.
All right. Well, we'll know a lot more after this weekend. I'll tell you that much.
That is correct. I know I had a hunch on the Rays that worked out. I had a hunch on the Twins that worked out. My next hunch is on the Yankees. I don't think they're going to be great by any means, but I think they'll probably win 6 or 7 of their next 10. My opinion.
Okay. All right. Give me Keegan Aiken and the birds at plus 173.
So yeah, just tab that. For Friday's show, I said the Yankees would go 6-4, 7-3 in their next 10 games, and we'll revisit that.
Mark that.
Cool.
All right. Now my homer team, Kansas City Royals minus 125. Brady Singer, man, he really stepped up yesterday. 7 2/3 hitless.
Yeah, he made us a bit of coin yesterday.
Gave up a opposite field single. Yeah, we did okay on this game as we had different sides, but we both liked. You had the total, or you had the Royals. I had the total.
Yep.
I thought 7 was a ridiculous number for those 2 pitchers. Yeah, that ended up being the case as the Royals scored 11. Royals and Pirates today, Scotty. Minus 125 plus 115 for the Pirates. 9 is your total for the Royals as Steven Baralt goes against Chris Bubich for the Kansas City Royals. Between these 2 pitchers, the teams are 1-13 when these 2 guys.
Something's got to give.
When these guys start, something's got to give.
I'm going over.
Going over the 9?
I'm going over the 9. I know Baralt's been and I feel like that's a decent way to put it. 2 letters EH. He's been Yes. But Royals have been hitting the ball well lately. Pittsburgh's offense has, I wouldn't say it's been good by any means. I think it's been a little bit better over the last month in comparison to the start of the year. But I think 9's too low. Both pitchers have their own question marks. Both teams, most of the Pirates, of course, have the bullpen, which is just still bad. So, yeah, I think 9's too low. I'll go with the over.
Steven Kyle is what it is.
Yeah, I'll go with the over on that one.
All right. I'm not.
It's kind of similar to the Braves National situation where I hate both starting pitchers, so I'm just not going to get involved with either. I'll just take the over.
I'll tell you what, I can't get involved in the over, Scott. I'm sitting here in Kansas City right now. It's in the 50s. It's going to be a cold, dreary night. Not much of a wind. The ball's not going to travel well.
It's just a fate of both pitchers for me. I can't.
Fair enough. And the Royals are missing their top 2 home run hitters in Perez and Soler, although they are still bopping the ball.
That's what I'm saying. They've been hitting the ball well lately anyway.
They have. It is, and you're getting a little value on the over at plus 102.
It's not bad.
You know what?
Plus 102 is tempting.
Yeah, I guess that's the only play. I don't want to leave. Baralt's been pitching pretty well. I don't want to lay minus 125. Yeah, let's say one of these pens melts down. Give me a small lean towards the over there as well. Angels Athletics minus 166 plus 153, 9.5.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who'd you say?
Angels. Excuse me. Did I say Angels?
You said Angels. You mean Rangers?
And Athletics. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all good.
Athletics minus 166. Rangers plus 153. 9.5 is the number there. Mike Fiers goes for the A's against the eminently fadeable. You know him, you love him. He's made us a lot of money this season. It's Jordan Lyles, Scott.
I wrote an article about this for winnersandwonders.com. Needless to say, I like Oakland. I like Oakland first 5. I like Oakland team total over. I like the over. Fiers has not been great this season in terms of ERA, but in terms of record, he's been decent, and mostly because Oakland gives him all the run support he ever needed and more. Lyles has been awful. No way around it. And, I think Oakland could easily put up 8 runs in this game. So, for that reason, I'll go with pretty much everything Oakland along with the over. So, that's my thoughts.
Lyles is another one of these guys that we've talked about.
That's only if Lyles pitches, by the way. So, if there's a pitching change, I'm not interested as much.
Lyles is another one of these guys where we talk about he's made he made five starts this season.
Yeah, I remember almost all of them for the wrong reasons.
He's made 7 starts so far this season. He's got an ERA of 7 plus. Still trot him out there every 5th day.
Yep.
Says a lot about the state of baseball right now. The fact.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're with me here. It's Oakland in the over.
It has to be Oakland. I am going to say this anecdotally, Scott. I watched Jordan Lyles pitch in his last game because we were fading him. I had a premium play on him, and I watched him pitch. You watch the kid pitch; he's got good stuff. He really deserves better.
It's the control that's usually the issue.
Tends to lose focus, and he loses track of the plate, and then leaves the fat meatballs up over there.
Yep.
Over the plate. I think anytime you can fade Jordan Lyles at less than -200 with a competent team, which the Athletics certainly are, you got to consider it. You really do. I'd also consider playing the over 9.5. Mike Fiers.
That's what I was saying. I like the over in the A's.
Yeah, Mike Fiers has been no great shakes this season for the Athletics. ERA 4.93, whip of 1.42. Yeah, give me the over. Give me the over right there. Leaning A's, loving over. Detroit and the White Sox. This is
God! I just saw the line. Oh God!
The biggest mismatch on the board today, Scott. White Sox -265. Tigers +237. It's got to be Giolito
Of course it is.
Going for the White Sox. And really, you could plug in any pitcher for Detroit. Today it happens to be Casey Mize.
I actually like Mize. I know that he's had mixed results so far, but he's one of the top pitching prospects in the league. I think he'll be good in maybe a year or two, give or take. I actually think he's got good stuff.
Is it is he your Tariq?
Nobody will compare to Sixto. Don't even ask. Sixto's my guy. Don't even ask.
He's your Tariq Skubal, isn't he?
For Detroit, I guess. I have more faith in Mize than Skubal because Mize was viewed as the better pitching prospect. But no, Mize, according to all of MLB scouts and everything, is supposed to be like a top 5 pitching prospect in the league. So it's not just me. He's supposed to be this really good guy. He hasn't gotten there yet. I still think his stuff is very good. So we'll see how that goes in the future. But considering the fact Skubal got killed again yesterday, I think you might have to jump ship on that one.
Never.
Him and Kikuchi, never.
I mean, I think the Cooch goes again today too. I got to make sure. But.
He does, but that's why we'll get into that in a bit. For the sake of this game, I'm leaning first 5 under, and it's solely because there's no value anywhere to be found here with the White Sox. No. And Giolito should pitch well, as he normally does. I think Mize can get through with giving up maybe 2 runs, give or take. What's it at? 4, probably. First 5 under. It's probably at 4.
It should be 4.5.
I think it's going to be 4.
It's not. It's 4.5.
Treat. I'll take the under 4.5. What's the juice on there?
6.5, -120.
I assume with Giolito, it'd be like, 4. Just here's 4. I mean, okay, 4.5. Yeah, for value alone, that's the only play that actually I think is worth anything. So that's what I'm going to go with.
Give me the full game over 8.
Okay.
I think that the White Sox could put up 6 or 7 here.
I think they could. I think Giolito's going to pitch well, as he normally does. I have some faith in Mize putting a decent performance together here.
Well, it'd be his first. So.
That's what I'm saying. So we'll see what happens. But let's see. If Mize performs well, then we'll see what happens.
That's 2 good starts. So.
All I know is McKenzie worked out well early on, and Sixto is still great. So far, I've had an eye for some of these younger pitchers. I think Mize actually.
McKenzie has been he's kind of peaked.
No,
I like McKenzie a lot.
Oh, he completely peaked already. But those 2 starts were glorious. So
yeah,
we'll keep that in mind. And Sixto is still going strong.
He's another fun kid to watch pitch. A big, tall, lanky kid. It's just all arms and legs and.
Yeah, but Mize, I think he has very good secondary pitches, and I think that could lead to some issues for Chicago.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these guys don't have confidence in throwing their second and third pitches when they come to the majors.
That's what I'm saying. That's all Mize does. He just throws I forgot what. I'm trying to think if it's fully a splitter or it's more of a fork ball, but he throws it really well.
Well, a splitter and a fork ball is just about the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. So I forgot what exactly he calls the pitch, but it's very good. So I think that he can get Chicago to chase.
All right, fair enough. I'll take the over. You'll take first 5 there, you're saying?
I'm going first 5 under.
Cubs, Brewers. Brewers minus 165. Cubs plus
Time out. I'm sorry. Wait. I have to check my the Brewers are minus 170. What?
Yeah.
I know Lester's been awful, but come on. What are we doing here?
They're starting. The markets are starting to catch up a couple of these Milwaukee pitchers. The Milwaukee
Woodruff's good. He's the best pitcher they have. I knew that like 2 years ago, but it's just 170.
Yeah,
Brewers should be like minus 125.
You should be.
I think the Brewers should be minus 125. I'm that high on Woodruff. I think Woodruff's a very good pitcher. And Lester, I don't think anybody wants anything to do with Lester right now, especially with how he's performed the last month or two.
Yeah, he's had one good start in his last 5. And
I'm aware of that. He's not been good. But for the sake of value, it's got to be the Cubbies, right? I can't take 170 with Milwaukee. That's just insane.
Yeah. I mean, this is a team that really doesn't hit well.
And Woodruff is very good. I acknowledge that.
He is. Although, he's not exactly – he ain't exactly Cy Young.
Of course not. But I do think he's a very capable number 2 starter, in my opinion. I don't think he's a 1. I think he's a 2. But on a potential World Series team, I think he's a 2. But he's still very good. So, yeah, I'll lean Cubs for value.
I think you can make a case that Woodruff is their third best pitcher. Burns is on fire right now, by the way.
I still think Woodruff's better than Burns. The sample size is larger for Woodruff. Woodruff's been good for like 2-3 years.
Well, I'm just saying.
Burns 4 maybe, but Woodruff has actually had this larger sample size of being a number 1 quote unquote of the staff. So I'll lean Woodruff there. Anyway, you going Cubs 2 for value alone?
I'm not backing Lester. Give me the Brewers over 4.5. I'm gonna pay some juice here. I'm gonna pay minus 131, but I'll do it.
Okay.
I'd rather play. You're basically playing the same bet. I'd basically rather play over 4.5 at minus 131 than I would lay 165 on the Brewers.
That's fair.
I want no part of Lester. So
okay, I'll gamble there.
Fair enough. Indians Twins, big series there in the AL Central.
What a damn total here. What do you got? 6.5?
7 juiced under. So yeah, 6.5 could be in some spots if you're interested in the over there. Pretty much an even game, Scott. Minus 109, minus 101. Little lean towards the Indians in this one. As you might have guessed, it's Shane Bieber going for the Tribe against Kenta Maeda for the Twins. Scott, I'll tell you what.
I have no damn idea what I want to do with this.
I have a very clear plan. When you talked about the best pitchers in the league, we kind of left Shane Bieber.
Yeah, of course.
Having a conversation, and that was an oversight on our part.
I know you're leaning Indians just because Bieber's on the mound.
I have to. Anytime I'm going to get Shane Bieber at minus 109. Yeah. That's I'm all over that. This is a kid that has done nothing but pitch well. He has thrown. He's given up 0 earned in 5 of his 9 starts.
Yeah. Let me ask a question though. What's the Twins team total over? Or is that 3.5?
I would think it'd be 3.5 each side. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. A little juice to the under on the Twins. If you want to take the under 3.5, that's going to cost you minus 150, Scott.
You had me until you said 150. You know what? Indians first 5.
Okay. All right. I'll take Indians full game.
That's fair. I just know Bieber for facts and go through 5. So I'll go with Bieber there.
All right. I'll make that bet in my sleep. Give me minus 109. Let me see first 5 on this. They're gonna give us a break and give us 4? No, they're not. No, they're gonna give us 3.5 for the first 5 and juice it to the under.
So I can't take that. So I'll go Indians first 5.
I'll do that. All right. Give me Indians full game, minus 109. Reds, Cardinals. In this one, Reds a small favorite here as Castillo goes against Wainwright.
I'm going Wainwright here. I know Castillo's a very talented pitcher, but this year he kind of hasn't pieced it all together. And I think the Cardinals, have been the better team this season, they're at home. They typically play better at Busch Stadium. Busch Stadium, Busch Field? It's Busch Stadium, I think. Yeah. Either or. I'm going with Wainwright.
I like when you get going. You sound like Jackie Mason. Wainwright has been very good. You think,
it's just short and sweet to the point.
A little Bernie Sanders tossed in there.
I heard the top 2% are taking Wainwright in this one.
he's the top 2%.
4-0 with a 2.68 ERA against a 1-5 pitcher, and he's an underdog. I'll go with Wainwright at Busch.
Cardinals have won 5 of his 6 starts, while the Reds have lost 6 of 8 Castillo starts.
Does it make sense to you that a 1-5 pitcher is favored over a 4-0 pitcher?
It's so much about name recognition at this
That's
point.
What I'm saying. I have to go Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals plus 110. I think that's where the value lies in this play. Absolutely. Better pitcher, better team, better pizza, Papa John. No, Cardinals plus 110. Angels, Rockies. Rockies are a favorite, really?
It's Marquez on the mound, so they're hoping he turns the clock back.
Griffin Canning goes for the Angels against
not good either.
Marquez. These are 2 peas in a pod, Scott. Canning 4.54 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. Marquez 4.58 ERA, 1.34 WHIP.
Yeah, I wrote an article about this for Winners and Whiners. I'll take the over. It's at 12. I don't really care. I'll take the over.
Oh yeah, that's a.
I don't know how I'm not supposed to take the over. Both pitchers have been very underwhelming this year. Both offenses are still pretty good. It's just a matter, and both bullpens are also atrocious. So yeah,
Rocky bullpen, brother.
Yeah, both bullpens are terrible.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll sign up with you for a slugfest there at Coors Field. I don't want any part of laying a number here. I don't want any part of betting on the Angels.
Yeah.
Okay. Giants, Padres. Best team in baseball right now, Scott? Are they?
Dodgers, but close. I know the Dodgers lost yesterday to Bumgarner.
Padres minus 157. Giants plus 145. 9 is the number there.
You got to ride the Padres, right? I mean, they can't lose right now.
Johnny Cueto. Padres, they have quietly put together a little bit of a winning streak here. They have won 5 straight, Scott. They are a legitimate team. They are 12 games over 500. I think I'd have to look at this, but I think they'd be in first place in any division except that one.
It's definitely close. I'm trying to think maybe the AL West with Oakland. Maybe.
Again, let me see what Oakland is.
They would be in first place in a lot of different.
They'd be tied. Oakland is 12 games over. Also, they're 27 and 50.
So I was close. Yeah, but roughly they'd be in first place in pretty much every division.
Yeah.
Besides, probably Tampa. Probably Tampa would be ahead of them.
Okay, so much for my statement there. So Tampa is also 12 games under 500. So I'll tell you what, if you had those 3 teams in the same division, you'd have a hell of a match going on.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the lawn guy trolls me, Scott.
It happens, man. He just knows exactly when to come through.
I swear that he does that on purpose. You know, I'm on the first floor here. I've got my shades open so they can see I'm doing something here on air. So
how do we mess with Scott today? Oh, I know.
Yeah. I know.
Happens.
Garrett Richards.
I'm leading Padres though. You? I don't think the number's high enough. It's like 157. Padres. We just mentioned how their record alone rivals the A's and the Rays. They should be like minus 170, minus 175.
Garrett Richards has actually been pretty good this season. He's got his numbers inflated by giving up.
He had one bad start.
Yeah, six earned over 2/3 of an inning. Other than that, he's been pretty good.
It's also worth mentioning the Padres are 16-6 at home. Giants are 9-13 on the road. Yeah. So I think the Padres should be a bigger favorite here.
I know the Giants would like to make a move here. They're 1 game over 500. They're fighting for position, but I think they've.
Padres was the better team.
Yeah, the Padres were playing great baseball, and then they made some very good trades.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Pods here, minus 157. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Last game on the board, Mariners.
I know where you're going with this one.
The Diamondbacks. Mariners with Kikuchi on the mound, as you might think. They are a big favorite. They're minus 115. Diamondbacks 105. My God, how bad is that pitcher for the Diamondbacks? Who is it? It is Caleb Smith.
That's actually, I think it's his first start with the Diamondbacks. I know that he got acquired from Miami.
Well, he got acquired from Miami last year, didn't he?
No.
Huh?
This is his first start with Arizona.
No, did he?
His first start of the year. Actually, no. He made an appearance against Philadelphia, but that was with Miami, second game of the year.
Where did Miami trade Caleb Smith? I really thought that was last year.
No, I'm pretty sure Arizona traded Caleb Smith to. Wait, no, never mind. No, Arizona just got him. I thought it was his first start with Arizona, and I was right.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I actually like Caleb Smith.
Yeah, I do too. I really thought this happened last time.
No, it happened like 2 weeks ago, I think, week and a half ago.
Yeah, for Sterling Marte. Yeah, you're right.
I'm going with Arizona here because, as you know, I am not a fan of Kikuchi, and I like Caleb Smith. So I think Caleb Smith, who kind of was lost in the weeds in Miami on a team that was like 40 games under last year, he was actually decent for the most part. I had a couple blow-up spots after the All-Star break, but I think he's got good stuff, and I think he's a better pitcher than Kikuchi, and Arizona is better at Chase Field than on the road by a wide margin. I will go with the Diamondbacks there. I know you're going. I know you're going to Seattle, so just.
Oh, I'm not. That's
Kikuchi. Come on, man.
Although the Cooch is actually
top 10 betrayals. Come on, man. Stab him in the back while you're at it.
He actually made two decent starts in a row. It looked real good last time out against Texas. Of course, that's Texas, not to be confused with an actual major league team.
Mm.
He did go 6 innings, giving up just 2 hits, 1 earned.
I'm going Caleb Smith.
And but I gotta go take the better pitcher here at plus value. I'm a big fan of Caleb Smith. I can't believe that the deal snuck under the radar with all the trade deadline stuff.
Oh, because he didn't pitch all year. People were just going, oh yeah, they got Marte, and I'm thinking, wait a second, they traded Caleb Smith to Arizona. Good for Arizona.
And I was getting, I don't know why Miami just insists on feeding all their good pitchers to Arizona as they gave.
I'm just saying that if you keep in mind that Mike Leake, who is, I'd say he's an average pitcher, he opted out of the year. Arizona's top 4 in the rotation. I know Bumgarner has been great, but you got Gowan, Bumgarner, Smith, and Leake. Really not a bad top 4 for future years. Really not bad. It's not great by any means, but it's okay, I guess. I think it's fine. Bumgarner, not great. Good yesterday. But I think it's an okay rotation for a team that should finish in the bottom half of the division for the next, I don't know, decade.
Mm-hmm.
Division's fine. There are a lot of worse rotations in the league. I think you can agree with that.
Well, okay. That's cool.
So, yeah, right. I thought it was a good trade. I mean, Marte was the best player on a bad team. Kind of reminds me of Moneyball. It's like, why are you trying to trade Pena? Because he looks like because he's making the rest of the team look bad. That's kind of what the Marte trade was. But I like Caleb Smith. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
All right, good enough. And just for the record, Scott, Miami's playing better baseball than Arizona is this year.
So, correct.
Miami's in the thick of a playoff race while Arizona is not.
So is Seattle.
All right. Yep. I'll take. You got to take Caleb Smith here. You got to take the better pitcher plus value. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Very good, my friend. That is the baseball portion of today in sports betting, and now we're going to do college football. So that'll be fun. Stay tuned for that. Just click on the next video, and of course, don't forget to check out winnersandwhiners.com if you want deep dives into all these games, and you want to do it quickly. It's a good spot to go, as they all have information on not only just the baseball games, but college football as well, the NFL, what's got NBA, UFC, everything. They got it. They got it over there at Winners and Whiners. So check that out, won't you? And, of course, don't forget to check us out every day on Today in Sports Betting. Myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here in Winners and Whiners, we wish you good luck on each and every play today. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. Make sure you put some comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think, what you're playing, et cetera, et cetera. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Today in Sports Betting. Take care.